Peace, family. Back with a video. I want to talk about more of how they trying to colonize and remove hip hop from being solely a foundational Black American creation by trying to crowbar and push Latinos, Puerto Ricans, and Jamaicans into our origin story. And if you see me looking down at a piece of paper, this is just for me to stay on code and on topic from what I want to be talking about, for me to segue into the topics as I want to talk about them. Okay, so yeah, them trying to crowbar and colonize hip hop, that's coming directly from the top. This is deeper than what I first had thought. This they getting orders to get out here and spew these lies. And they ain't nothing by them doing this, they ain't no different from these white colonizers that came through, these European colonizers that came through and colonized the whole world and took Jesus from being black and made him white. See, they knew Jesus wasn't white. They knew Jesus wasn't white, he was black, but they still did it anyway, as if to say, like, I don't give a damn. I'm going to wipe you out without giving a damn. And that's the same way these people are trying to do now with crowbar, they little agendas and things like that into hip hop. When hip hop was solely a foundational Black American thing, they was cool. They didn't want to attach to it. But now, when it was a bad thing, they didn't want to attach to it. But now that hip hop is going around the globe and getting worldwide recognition and even about to be in the Olympics, everyone wants to lay claim to it. Damn that. We got to get out here in front of these lies. And if people keep putting out these lies, the more time a lie is allowed to fester, that lie could then become truth. And we ain't letting that happen. We can't let that rock. So, yeah, we just stand on code and calling these things out, as they are. We speaking truth to power. See, these other groups were just coming into America. They wouldn't even have had the wherewithal to create such a thing as hip hop, Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans. They were just trying to get themselves together. But we, on the other hand, we're only non-immigrant group as foundational Black Americans in America. So we would have had the wherewithal. And them hip hop was birthed out of them old soul records and R&B records that was being played in foundational Black American household. They wasn't playing our music in Puerto Rican households, them older Puerto Ricans, nor them older Jamaicans. They wasn't playing our music. They had their own music. Even Kool Herc said when he came to the jams, he had to switch up his whole dress style to fit foundational Black Americans style because he was getting laughed and clowned on and shunned for dressing the way he dressed. Even these Puerto Ricans had to change up their dress to fit our narrative because we were the creators of hip hop. See, MC Shan was just spewing lies when he jumped out there and said that we had to get some style. So we got our dress from Puerto Rican. That ain't nothing but a bunch of nonsense he was speaking. See, salute to our brother Lord Jamar, because he called this thing out. He gave a great analogy on this. He said other groups of people, such as Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans, and this ain't no hate, because I think people are feeling attacked. That's why they getting out here emotional and just saying anything, even if it's lies, because they feel that they got to be in defense and protect their culture, as they should feel they got to protect your culture, but not at the expense of lies, because we ain't coming at you. We ain't saying you don't have a place in hip hop, but you damn for sure ain't create hip hop, But Lord Jamar gave a great terminology. Other groups have to conform to us. We don't conform to anyone else as foundational Black Americans. See, they couldn't have made hip hop in Spanish or Jamaican. They had to conform to the way we was doing things because we was already there doing them, We already had dancing and everything like that, break dancing, and we might have laid it down for a while. And just because they picked it up, Puerto Ricans, does that mean they created? Hell to the no. We just laid it down. We created everything in America as far as, everything that you see, soul music, jazz music, rock and roll, R&B, hip hop, that was all created from foundational Black Americans, And people got to give us our credit and just do. And then people want to sit up and talk about you weren't from New York, you don't know what's going on. I'm a foundational Black American. I got the culture, the driving force behind America. When you look at America, you look at foundational Black Americans, bar none. We're that level, and not to denigrate nobody, but we're that level in that bar of success that everybody wants to get to. We just got to call this thing for what it is, because we create so much. It's easy for us to create because we're creative people. And we just starting to gatekeep our culture and gatekeep it around that. And, with them saying, that you ain't from New York, this, that, and the third, Lord Jamar gave another great terminology. Just because you weren't there when your parents conceived you, does that mean you don't know your parents? Hell to the no. You still know who your parents is. You don't have to be around I didn't have to personally, me myself, be around in New York to know, or this place, that place to know who were the creators or something. You just like you know who your parents is. And see, what we got to stop doing is we got to stop as foundational Black Americans giving away our culture to everybody. Nobody else does this in the world. Some things are just for your specific group of people. We got to learn that. The Asians know that. The Chinese know that. The Puerto Ricans know that. The Arab knows that, and they keep and safeguard all of their art forms, and they codify around that. They don't let other people come in. We got to stop inviting everybody to our stuff. You think, like, if we were trying to lay claim to salsa, merengue, or reggaeton, these Puerto Ricans that get out here and have a hissy fit and give us mad pushback, mad resistance to that. They wouldn't let us lay claim to that. And that's the same thing we doing. We can't let them lay claim to our stuff. It ain't no disrespect or us trying to, shit on anybody else. And truth be told, a lot of these other groups, I mean, not groups, but a lot of these people, when they were first coming out in the hip hop, like the one guy from the Fat Boys and even Biggie and Busta Rhymes, and I got much respect for Big. He one of my favorite rappers. But these people wasn't letting people know who they was. See, the guy in the Fat Boys, people were just thinking he was a light-skinned black dude. And Biggie and them, they would, at first they never let nobody know who they was. Now, when they first came out, you just thought they were Black American. Maybe later on down the line they came out and said what they was. And this is what we mean when we say people have to conform to us. We don't conform to anyone else. They conform to us. And even Big sampled a lot of our music, our soul music and our R&B music that we foundational Black Americans also made. We just got to stop inviting everyone to the cookout as foundational Black Americans. Because when we invite everyone to the cookout and give them a plate of food, then sooner than you know it, then they start saying we were the guests to the cookout, that they invited us and served us a plate of food. And that's why we got to get out here in front of these lies, because the longer a lie is able to sit out there and fester, that lie can become truth, And let this be a lesson learned to my people about things, for the future, for future reference, to stop inviting people into our culture, to start safeguarding our culture more and protecting it, because we can create things on the drop of a dime as foundational Black Americans. But when we start creating ish, let's stop giving it away. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.